Thank you, Chairman. Thank you all. Appreciate you being here. This is a really important, interesting, challenging topic, and grateful to learn from you all. And I've also been grateful I've been able to see a number of great ideas coming out of Illinois, my home state, with many investments in the financial sector coming out of Chicago. There are also efforts at the state level to look at many innovative solutions to state and local government with the Illinois Blockchain Initiative, a consortium of state and county agencies who issued their first report just in February. I've also been encouraged through the work that I've been able to do on the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission at the way in which new technologies like blockchain can better secure and validate supply lines in conflict regions, as well as better manage the disbursement of aid through the federal government and other NGOs. The transparency of something like a distributed ledger can also give new tools for individuals to finally assert basic property rights when governments deny the rule of law or access to the legal system in other countries. If I can address first Mr. White, Mr. Rubio, and Dr. Maughan, previous witnesses before the committee have detailed how thoughtfully inserting blockchain in appropriate projects already funded would ensure we stay at the forefront of this transformative technology. Have you taken the approach, this approach to analyze blockchain's potential for appropriate projects? And in your opinion, what are some examples of where it would be appropriate or not be appropriate to implement blockchain technology? And what's the distinction of where it would work likely and where it would likely not work?
Well, from a Maersk Line perspective, one of the opportunities we see are global supply chains. So global supply chains are some of the most complex, multi-party networks in the economic landscape today. So by definition, you have a number of companies that are involved transmitting sensitive information for the cargo across different channels. I think blockchain is especially suitable for that because you can enable, through this permission blockchain, the entities that should have a right to see and have access to that information, to make sure that they can see it and trust that the information has not been tampered with or modified in any way, shape, or form, and that you can tie the visibility of the sort of end-to-end in-transit information and have that simultaneously with the documents or the data on that to actually enable smoother supply chains, but also in a trusted, immutable way. So we think for that, blockchain is very much fit for purpose, and I think it can be a game changer because it provides that immutable trust through the distributed ledger, through smart contracts, and through a permission blockchain. So we think there's a great opportunity.
Great. Mr. Rubio or Dr. Maughan?
From our side, really, it's about reducing friction in the supply chain and streamlining the exchange of information. So what blockchain provides is the opportunity to digitize transactions and then share that information through the network. And as we can collect information near real time, that will just speed up supply chains and provide fast-moving product.
That's great. Dr. Maughan?
So, as I mentioned in my testimony, there are other additional ones from a DHS perspective in addition to the supply chain, but certainly the ones we've been working on is the data and sharing of imagery on the border with CBP in order to be able to share that and ensure the authenticity and integrity of that data. And I think that has tremendous value as we think about IoT devices that are collecting data and sharing that data. We'll be able to protect that. There are others that have to do with passenger processing and other aspects that I think are potential uses as well.
Yeah. Any that jump to mind that you feel like this just wouldn't work? It's just not the right place for this. I guess if that comes up, let us know, because we definitely respect your thoughts and opinions. Let me move on in my last minute here, again to Mr. White, Mr. Rubio, and Dr. Maughan. Do you collaborate or coordinate with any domestic or international standards bodies on blockchain?
Yeah, so from a Maersk Line and IBM association, we're working together and looking to work with BITA here in the U.S. and also looking to work with other entities around the world. We think it's very important to have sort of a common definition of standards where standards exist, and where standards don't exist or need to be improved, we want to work collaboratively with others to make sure that we get the right standards so that we can all make sure that we can talk more easily through a digitized environment going forward.
UPS is also a member of the BITA, and we're very interested in driving standards to improve this technology.
And we're actively involved with both the World Wide Web Consortium, the W3C, and OASIS, the Organization for Structured Information Systems, for some of our standards work as well.
Great. My time is expired. Thank you again for your work. Thank you, Chairman, for holding this hearing.
Thank you.